All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So, not sure what I'm going to call this podcast yet, but I am going to talk about something I heard from my girlfriend who met up with a couple friends of ours that I originally met in New York in Little Italy on Mulberry Street. And I was there with my friends and some work people, and I'll never forget it. I think it was the week of the big shooting that happened in Paris because we were also sitting next to a bunch of people from France, of all things. But I was ordering all these different Italian plates and trying different things, and this couple next to us was getting a big kick out of us. And I think I was getting loud and stupid as usual and kind of goofing around, and I'm giving them food. I don't even know them and telling them to try everything. And I love sharing like that and stuff like that. They got a big kick out of me, and my girlfriend's Filipino, and they're both from the Philippines, so they're Filipino, but they live in Texas. And so my girlfriend just came back from Texas for work, Dallas, and she started telling me about the couple and how I know the wife of the two is very athletic. She runs marathons, she does all these things, and my girlfriend said, yeah, she's in tennis now. And I said, oh my goodness, I grew up playing tennis my entire life. And I said, oh, that's quite interesting. She went from because I don't know if she ran marathons or did triathlons. I'm not sure, I can't remember. But she's always into something. And she says, yeah, this year she took on tennis. And I said, what do you mean this year? And she goes, well, I guess every year she tries something new with a different style exercise. And I was like, man, that's kind of genius. If you know anything about me, I kind of talk a lot about always trying different types of exercises. But I'm always doing that throughout the year. I'm not like a New Year's resolution guy. I despise New Year's resolutions. What I want to do is help men a lot of times, and women if they want it, find exercises or different type of sports, I guess you could say, that they gravitate towards, that they can excel in, and that they're going to stick with, and it gives them the results they desire. But I never thought about, just myself included, saying, in a year or whatever time of year it is, let me try something maybe I've never done, or just take on something maybe I've done years ago, but just committing maybe a year to it. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to give up all my other stuff, right? So say I went back to playing tennis, because I know my buddies play tennis still. I haven't. And I have another good buddy who plays racquetball. For some reason, I gave up the racket stuff. It started to aggravate me. Don't know why. But the thing is, say I wanted to, I never was a really good surfer, and I'm afraid of sharks, but I've always, thought about going maybe to do that. I'm probably not, because I'm still afraid of sharks. But I'm saying that would be something that I've always thought about doing, that I've never done before. I went rock climbing with my daughter, indoors. Let's not get crazy. And the only thing is, I love doing it. I got really good really fast at it. The thing is, after a while, I'm not going to go on mountains and do that. Plus, I live in Florida, so... and say I wanted to start, I always thought about snowboarding or snow skiing. Again, I live in Florida. How consistent can I be with that? But I used to be a really good kind of water skier. I was in water skiing. I used to water ski pretty well. My step aunt was one of the best, if not the best water skier in the world at one time. My stepmother's an exceptional water skier as well. So I grew up in that sport. And again, I'd have to get a boat and all these things, but the reason I'm saying this, all this crazy shit, is maybe you're somebody, who does work out. You got your workout down, and it's giving you results. But you kind of lose interest once in a while. You're getting bored. Maybe taking on one thing new every year. Again, that doesn't mean you have to do it all the time like the workout you're doing. Just something different. Like I said, tennis. Maybe it's even golf. You don't have to golf every week. I'm saying you golf a few times every couple months or once every month or whatever, just taking on a new sport, something additional. Because I talk about that too a lot of times, that, not always just getting caught up with your workout, especially if you work out in a gym and say you're you go to a gym 3-4 times a week. I don't know if you do yoga. I don't know if you do Pilates. I don't know if you bodybuild. I don't know if you cycle, crew, whatever. But also do other things activity-wise that aren't in the gym. I don't care if you hike. I don't even care if you go fishing or walking or whatever the hell it is. Do something else physical besides just always just depending on the gym, because it just helps, I think, with coordination, burning off more calories, and even having fun. Even if you do yoga once a week and you bodybuild 3 to 4 times a week, just kind of switching things up. But I just kind of wanted to do a podcast on this because I thought it was really clever on her part to, especially, she's an I think she's in her early 50s. Her and my girlfriend look like they're in their 30s. I can't believe it, these Filipinos. They look amazing for their age. But it was just a really neat thing to take on, I thought, even if you want to maybe join a club that's different than anything you did. So even maybe going back to playing softball on a team for something fun, volleyball, or, again, you could go kayaking for all I know, or it can be as simple as, hunting. Let's just say, for instance, walking, camping, or again, doing something that's different, that's kind of has that physical element to it. What's funny is I just named all those things that I have no interest in whatsoever. So I'm trying to figure it out myself, what else I could do physical. I may go back, actually. I'm thinking tennis. The only thing is, a lot of times with sports, I'm just going to tell you this, what I think kind of, and I've never really discussed this on my podcast. When it comes to athletics, I like not having to depend on anybody anymore. And when you play certain sports, it could be tennis, it could be racquetball. And I could go to my LA Fitness and there's a bunch of guys playing racquetball. But sometimes you go when there's not. But I don't like 4 people in the racquetball room. I like 2-on-2, and most of the time, it seems like a lot of the guys are 4. There's 4 guys in there. It's still an excuse for me. But I just like things where I can be 100% independent, and I can do it when I want, whenever I want, where I want. So that's kind of, if you're like that too, if you've kind of been bogged down wanting to play different sports, but you've played sports for many, many years and you're kind of sick of the team thing, and that's where I was. I went truly independent. So if you are somebody maybe that is in sports, you may be playing baseball, softball, basketball, volleyball, I don't know what it is. And, you're still doing those things, but you want to go do something maybe different. Instead of taking on another team sport, think about going after something where you don't need anybody but yourself. Again, I don't care if it's cycling, rollerblading, or whatever the hell it is, as long as it's physical and you have some fun, and I think you're consistent. I think that's what's the key component there. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Got any questions or comments? Feel free to hit me up. I'm at richcelenza.com. And if you want to know more information regarding all my craziness and all my tactics regarding health and wellness and fitness and nutrition and all these things, you can just go to my YouTube channel, actually. A lot of it's there. Also other podcasts, and I have a program, masteringselfconfidence.com, where I really try to help men not only try to find the woman of their dreams, but also help them with their identity and try to help them either lose weight, gain muscle, or find ways to be more consistent when working out to basically get the results that they desire. So, all right, I'm going to wrap it up there. You got any questions or comments? Hit me up.